the start of the new decade, modern graffiti culture found its way to the streets in Java. Artcoholics was one of the first crews that persistently painted with passion, and from this passion, a movement arose. Under the roof of what is now known as Gardu House, the crew was uniting riders from all across Java. Street Dealing Festival, one of the biggest street art festivals in Asia, was born in 2007 and kept on coming back year after year until it was put to a pause in 2019. Besides this, Gardu House is continuously active in organizing events such as graffiti and sketch jams. They also invite artists to paint on their iron wall in front of their shop. Gardu House is also media partner for individual writers or group events related to the graffiti scene, creating events for children, and organizing spraycations around the island of Java with their local writers. Gardu House has always had their doors open for all writers, no matter their background. Toy or king, everybody is a part of the Gardu family. Back in the day, some of the Artcoholic crew members were even living in Gardu House together. Bujang Urban, known as one of the Artcoholic crew members, talks about a connection between graffiti and street art. His work on the street has all the elements of graffiti. He states that the fine line between those two ways of self-expression is intention and interpretation. I don't care about the quality. I don't care about your ego. I don't care about good or bad. It's all about the communication and culture. All people are the same. Fuck the class.
Graffiti menurut gua bebas.
Gue sih tetap percaya graffiti all about freedom lah ya. Jadi gue nggak bisa maksain apa yang lu anggap itu harus vandal, harus enggak. Up to you gitu.
Gue menyuarakan diri gue sendiri buat gue sendiri.
Jadi setiap penggiat graffiti punya bahasanya yang unik, tapi somehow nggak perlu pakai ditranslate macam-macam. Si pelaku lain juga bisa ngerti bahasanya.
Up until now, the spirit amongst the writers on this island is still very strong. For a big part, this is thanks to Artcoholics movement, though the local culture plays a big role here too. Java, being the island with the biggest population, is home to many different cultures, such as Javanese, Sundanese, and Betawi, which are the most prominent ones. They all have the same thing in common, being open-hearted and welcoming. These are values that people still strongly teach the new generations. This also reflects in the urban subculture.
In graffiti, I can learn to have a better friend, ketemu dengan banyak kawan-kawan baru gitu, koneksi-koneksi baru antar kota baru. Wah, banyak banget. Mereka tuh punya culture sendiri gitu, gimana nge-treat orang yang datang gitu, gimana mereka berkomunal gitu. Jadi kayak bisa tahu gitu kayak, oh ternyata di kota ini tuh attitude mereka atau cara mereka memperlakukan orang tuh seperti ini.
Waktu aku sampai di Aceh itu, dari Medan ke Aceh itu aku tuh nggak punya teman, nggak punya saudara di sana, bahkan nggak punya uang juga gitu. Terus aku waktu itu kontak temenku kayak, oh kamu ada nggak anak graffiti yang di kota Aceh? Kemudian oh ada, kemudian aku kontak dan dia jemput aku, dia kasih tunjuk kayak, oh di sini kamu bisa cari makan, dia ajarin aku kayak, oh kamu bisa gambar di sini. Jadi aku ngerasa kayak memberi hospitality gitu, karena merasa seneng kayak, oh ada temennya anak graffiti dari kota lain yang datang dan mereka tuh seneng dan mereka effort, seniat itu sih.
Nggak melulu tentang gambar bagus atau enggak itu. Kita mampir ke kota lain, saling sapa gitu kan, main, jadi saudara gitu kan.
Graffiti emang nggak melulu style ya, tapi graffiti itu tentang sosial, tentang lingkungan, tentang pertemanan, ya kayak gitu lah. Ada nilai-nilai tersendiri lah yang secara orang awam melihat itu nggak didapat kalau belum terjun langsung gitu.
For me, the connection between me and graffiti is not only that far, but it's kinda the whole connections between me, the whole spot, and the people surrounding. But then the surroundings kinda get involved in it, like some local came and the farmers, blah blah blah, and there was a dialogue. And the essence of it, doing art in public is not just do it for yourself, but the connection that you build with the people around.
Unfortunately, not all places in Java have a thriving graffiti scene for some different reasons. Local writers in, amongst others, Dieng, are facing challenges that are hard to overcome. Young writers are leaving these cities and their empty walls.
Some cities didn't have any graffiti shop, but they have writers. So they go to the next city to buy spray cans for graffiti. So of course it's kind of hard to survive in the scenes.
Itu kita beli biasanya di toko material. Paling kalau misal beli cap itu kadang kita harus ke luar kota dulu.
Karena terbentur dengan kesibukan masing-masing, jadi intensitas untuk main graffiti surut.
Karena mungkin faktor kebutuhan mungkin ya.
Sebenarnya kalau untuk sektor di kabupaten kayak Wonosobo sama Banjarnegara itu sebenarnya sampai sekarang masih ada pelakunya dan mereka punya movement masing-masing. Kalau aku iri sih.
Sama. Aku juga iri.
Di bagian apa? Karena kita tidak bisa melakukan movement kayak di kota-kota lain.
There is nobody to guide the local rising writers in how to use their skills to support their life. Because the community is rather small and the network options are limited. The connection is essential for them, though it seems to be missing. The solution is nongkrong. Which is an Indonesian term for a laid-back gathering where friends spend quality time together while occasionally enjoying intisari.
Itu acara di Walrod. Kita berangkat itu, saya dari Solo, dari Surabaya juga berangkat, Jogja berangkat, masing-masing tiap kota kita berangkat satu kereta, jadi satu gerbong, dan itu full, hampir satu gerbong separuh itu dari rombongan writer graffiti tiap kota kita berangkat ke Bandung.
Kayak kumpul bareng, gambar bareng, wah seru banget tuh. Sumpah.
Orang Cirebon tuh di graffiti semangat banget sih.
Budaya Indonesia tuh budaya yang guyup ya. Jadi di sini tuh komunitasnya tuh lebih suka yang guyup, mengumpul.
No matter what your goals are, no matter how famous you get, no matter if you're ruling the streets of Java, let's not forget about our family. They need us to support and motivate each other. Local must be hero, to quote Dobie from Salatiga. The bond that graffiti creates is so important for the writers that it rises above Abraham Maslow's theory. He claims that creativity is the last segment of our primal needs. Following this theory, you could simply place graffiti in the last need, though in reality, it actually embodies way more of our needs than just this. In every segment, there's elements of the phenomenon that fulfill the needs, like the sense of family, unity, safety, friendship, respect, and confidence. For some, it even reaches down all the way to their physiological needs, because it provides a network with the associated career opportunities and supports in times of need.
Tetap kita bisa saling berkoneksi, tetap berhubungan baik. Ya semakin sering bikin acara lah, semakin gede acaranya, maka bisa semakin banyak lingkupnya pertemanan gitu.
Jadi pas saat aku nanti misalkan nggak gambar tapi masih ada orang yang gambar dan aku bisa nikmatin gitu.
Kita sama-sama berkarya intinya.
Gue support 100,000 million trillion percent for your movement. Ya, do what you want.
Terus jaga apinya nyala. Itu sih yang penting.
Let's stay strong. Let's keep the fire burning. Let's be each other's friend rather than a teacher. Let's be our unique selves rather than striving for perfection. Let's shout with our paint so we can release our message. But most of all, let's paint for the sake of doing it. After all, it's our natural need to be creative, to bond, to be respected, and to belong. We are the roots that grow in the dark, and we are the leaves bathing in the sun.